I'm standing in front of Das Biergarten on Beach Street in the west end of Long Beach at the corner of Buffalo. Why am I here? Because of this week's Parsha. Listen to this. In the famous song by Billy Joel, Piano Man, there's a line where he says, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. And people go to bars, according to that song at least, for that reason, because they want to be with other people. They don't want to drink alone. You want to drink with other people. This week's Parsha, we have the Balak, the king of Moab, hiring Bilam, the prophet, the curser, and he is hired to say these curses about the Jews, and everything he says seems to be a bracha and not a klala, to the point that Balak is pretty upset, and he probably wants his money back. And in the end, unfortunately, Bilam comes with an idea to get the Jews, but the word of his mouth didn't work. And one of the, quote, curses that he says is, Hein am levadad yishkon ova goyim lo yischashav. Which means they will always be a nation alone, and they will not count among the other nations. So there is an idea of it's better than drinking alone, that you want to be with other people. So, but yet, one of the brachos that Hashem gives Adam and Chava when he says, please get married, please build a family, is lo tov heyosa Adam levado. A person should not be alone. So which one is it? Hein am levadad yishkon, a bracha to Am Yisrael that we will be alone, we will be separate, we will stand by ourselves. And yet when it comes to our personal lives, we shouldn't be alone, and we should find a partner and build a family and build a life with that partner. I think the answer is when we're an Am, when we're a nation, there is a virtue in standing alone when you're right. You can't just compromise all the time. You can't do whatever everybody wants, lick your finger and see what everybody else is saying. That's not the way this works. Echad Ha'am wrote a poem, or a story, and he says that in the Middle Ages, when the whole world believed that Jews were putting blood in matzah, which we know, of course, is absurd, but everybody believed that, because that's what they were hearing. But everybody believing something doesn't make it right. And Hein am levadad yishkon, that we will be a nation that stands apart, that is one of the biggest brachos that we have gotten from Bilam, and that's one of the biggest brachos we have. We're always happy to be with other people. We want to help others. We want to have relations with others. But if we have to stand alone, we will. And when we have to stand alone, we do. And you don't want to drink alone. That's an individual. But as an Am, and that's what Bilam was looking at from that mountain, looking down on Am Yisrael, Hein am levadad yishkon. We will always be a nation to ourselves with our mitzvos, ourselves with our values. And eventually, as we know and we're promised, the world will come around and see that our way is the proper way. Mashiach will bring everybody, Shibud Malchios, everybody will agree and understand that. We're about to enter the 3 weeks, a sad time in Jewish history, but a time where we want to rebuild the Beis HaMikdash, bring Mashiach, and bring the recognition of the world that we might be separate, but we're right and they should join us. Have a beautiful, beautiful Shabbos.